June 28th, 7:30 at night. Uh, Dusk is just beginning to fall. I got some new games. Okay, so what do we have? We have the Union 6th Corps, which has taken these fortresses along the James. What this really means is that Richmond is doomed. Maybe not in this scenario, but it's in trouble just because the Union boats are going to be able to steam up the James and do some serious damage to the defenses. Okay, so let's look what we got here. Along the river line, we have the 2nd and 5th Corps still in place. 5th Corps has orders to go take the line in the place of the 3rd Corps. We'll see what's going on there in a moment. And we have Magruder's wing still sitting out here in the woods. Main event is sitting along here where we have that Union 3rd Corps, which has orders to go back and replace the 5th Corps. 3rd Corps is in real trouble right now, just in terms of effort, etc. There's no way they can put another fight up. So we have an interesting situation here. I'll get to that in a moment in terms of generals, etc. And here we have the 4th Corps, which is in fairly decent shape, sitting here way open to Richmond. Richmond is under... it's actually up there. Okay. And then we have the Confederate line at the trenches, stretching a little bit to the west. We have Jackson's army, and then we have Longstreet's wing, which has been increased by the addition of Huger to it. And that's it. That's all there is on the board. So what was I saying a moment ago? In terms of Union commanders, the big culprits in this battle, as far as McClellan's going to be concerned, 2 men. Biggest problem is none other than General Porter. Porter's in charge of the 5th Corps. His troops are almost completely untouched. They served a little bit of time on a rearguard action, but for the most part, they're the ones who let Jackson wander right by them. So he may not keep his command after this battle. If McClellan has his way and has enough political force to remove him. The other person who's in some danger here is General Sumner. Now this is strange because these are the 2 best Corps commanders on the Union side in the actual battle. Sumner got himself separated from the main Union force and just smashed to pieces in the woods by Jackson's army. So they're the 2 who are in the most trouble on the situation. People who did well, while General Franklin was involved in the Porter debacle, he was specifically assigned to be attached to Porter, so it's not really his call to leave the area. And his daring grab of the Confederate fortresses overlooking the river, I'm sure, will shine well on his career. General Keyes is back here with the 4th Corps. They've served fairly well throughout this campaign. Granted, they didn't pursue Jackson as hard as they might have back here on Cobb's Hill. Speaking of which, there's McClellan. But overall, he's done a pretty good job, continued some pressure on him, and is in position for the attack if need be. And General Heintzelman, who's done a bang-up job overall, he also did fairly well over at the Seven Pines battle. So we kind of have the opposite of what actually happened. On the other hand, McClellan is going to rank pretty well from this so far. We'll see if anything changes there. Lee, on the other hand, may be losing his command if he loses Richmond. First time he in battle, loses the capital. Good job, man. All right, we'll see what happens.